house on the square. This is stop number one, which he calls hissed. He climbed up on the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pitch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two, and he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue. With the little whose stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums. Then he stuffed them in bags, and the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, on the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who's pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee, and now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove, when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast, and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie, he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the vexed Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and then I'll bring it back here. This fit fooled the child, and he patted her head. Then he got her drink and sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went back to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was too small for even a mouse. Then he did the same thing with the other Who houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who houses. Well, it was 4:15 dawn, all the Who's still in bed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, their ribbons, their wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he was grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, and I know what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a minute or two. And the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, ooh-ooh. And that's the noise, grinched the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. He did hear a sound, rising over the snow. It started out low, and it started to grow. The sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was. Very merry. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook, for what he saw was a surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing, without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or another, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. And then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, is a little bit more. What happened then? Well, In Whoville, they say, the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load in the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he, himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Merry Christmas. Did you like that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Emmy 5. Well done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.